When you choose the low place, I will take you to the high place. When you humble yourself before me, I will lift you up at the right time. This is the foundation of true spiritual strength. Many people pray for promotion, for breakthroughs, for favor, for influence, but they forget that the door to every blessing I give swings open through humility. Pride closes doors, humility opens them. Pride destroys, humility builds. Pride blinds, humility reveals. My child, I want to take you further than you have ever gone, but I cannot raise you higher than the posture of your own heart. If your heart is lifted up, I cannot lift your life. But if your heart bends low before me, there is no limit to how far I can take you. Humility is not weakness. It is not timidity. It is not insecurity. Humility is strength under my authority. It is recognizing that everything you are, everything you have, and everything you can do flows from my grace. Without me, you can do nothing. But with me, you can do everything I've called you to do. Humility is living with the constant awareness that you are not your own source, I am. It is remembering that your gift, talents, opportunities, ideas, influence, and open doors did not appear from nowhere. They came from my hand, and what comes from my hand must return to my glory. Many of my children start well. They begin with a small heart, a soft spirit, an attitude of surrender. But as I bless them, as I increase them, as I answer prayers, they become confident in the blessings instead of confident in me. They begin to think that their success is evidence of their superiority. They start believing that their accomplishments are the result of personal greatness instead of divine grace. And slowly, quietly, without realizing it, pride grows like a hidden root beneath the surface. Pride does not shout, it whispers. Pride does not enter with a storm, it slips in like a shadow. Pride is subtle, but its destruction is certain. That is why I call you today to humility. Not because I want to push you down, but because I want to lift you up in a way that will last. Pride lifts quickly and collapses suddenly, but humility builds slowly and rises securely. If you humble yourself, I will exalt you not prematurely, not superficially, but in due time, the exact moment I have determined for you. I want to promote you, but I also want to protect you. And the only safe place for promotion is the place of humility. Humility is also the key to peace. Many of the conflicts you face, arguments, misunderstandings, irritations, comparisons, judgments, come from pride. Pride wants to win. Pride wants to impress. Pride wants to correct. Pride wants to dominate. Pride wants to prove. And whenever pride leads relationships suffer, but humility creates peace. Humility listens. Humility apologizes. Humility forgives. Humility serves. Humility builds bridges instead of walls. When you walk humbly, you walk in my nature, for I am gentle and lowly in heart. My child, do not resist the moments when I show you your weakness. Do not run from the situations that reveal your imperfections. Do not hide from the places where you feel small. These are not punishments. They are invitations to humility. They are opportunities for you to lean on me instead of yourself. When you feel inadequate, remember my grace is sufficient. When you feel incapable, remember my strength is made perfect in weakness. When you feel unseen, remember I see everything, and in due time I will honor you myself. Humility is choosing dependence over independence, surrender over stubbornness, obedience over reasoning, and my truth over your opinions. It is waking up each day and saying, Lord, I need you today as much as I have ever needed you. It is living with the awareness that without my presence, you wilt like a branch disconnected from the vine. But with my presence, you flourish, thrive, and bear fruit that lasts. My child, humility is not the path to less. It is the path to more. More grace, more wisdom, more protection, more strength, more favor. When you humble yourself, you position your life under my mighty hand, and under my hand there is covering, safety, and blessing. Choose humility, and I will take you where pride never could. My child, when I bless you, guard your heart and do not let it drift away from me. When I lift you up, protect your spiritual life and do not let high places harden you. When I answer your prayers, anchor your heart in me, not in yourself. Nothing destroys a life faster than forgetting the one who gave you everything. Pride rarely appears when you are weak. It rises when you feel strong. It comes when doors open, when influence increases, when prayers are answered. It appears when your gifts are noticed, when you are praised and promoted. It grows when victories come one after another, and you begin to trust yourself. Trusting me in the valley is easy, but the true test is how you live on the mountain. Many do not fall because they were not blessed, but because they were blessed and forgot me. When success comes, pride knocks on your heart and whispers that you did this yourself. It tells you that you are capable, deserving, and no longer need me as before. If you open the door to that whisper, pride will become your counselor. But pride always demands more than you can give and costs more than you can bear. So I warn you, do not let success deceive you into forgetting your source. Nebuchadnezzar began well. He honored me and praised my kingdom. He lived in peace, prosperity, and security that I had given him. But after 12 months of comfort, walking in his palace, he exalted himself. He said that great Babylon was built by his own power and strength. One moment, one sentence, and his heart shifted from gratitude to self-glory. That moment took away everything I had given him. The kingdom I gave him was taken. For what you refuse to return to me, you will lose. I did not humble him because I hated him. I humbled him because I loved him. I brought him low to restore him and exposed his heart to redeem it. After 7 years, when pride was broken, he lifted his eyes and acknowledged me again. And I restored him not in part, but in abundance. Saul also began in humility when I chose him as king. At that time, he was small in his own eyes and unsure of himself. But when success came, it blinded him and pulled him away from me. He began to believe his judgment was wiser than my word. When I commanded complete obedience, he kept what he considered good. He obeyed halfway, and halfway obedience is still disobedience to me. When I confronted him, he used religious language to justify his rebellion. He claimed it was for sacrifice, but I desire obedience, not excuses. Pride always hides behind spiritual language and disguises disobedience as good intent. Then he built a monument for himself, lied to my prophet, and believed his own lies. Pride did not only deceive him, it destroyed him. The kingdom I intended to establish through him was taken away. Pride always removes the very thing it promises to give. My child, these stories are not only history, they are a mirror for you. Everyone I lift up must guard their heart against self-deception. Every blessing carries a test within it. Every promotion brings a hidden temptation. Every open door comes with a loving warning. Success is not dangerous by itself. It becomes dangerous when you think you created it. If you believe you built Babylon by your own strength, I will show you how fast it falls. If you believe you wear the crown by your own merit, you will feel its weight without me. These words are not meant to frighten you, but to protect you. I do not want you to fall like Nebuchadnezzar or be lost like Saul. I want you to be lifted up and remain standing. That only happens through humility. Lower yourself before me, and I will keep you safe in high places. Keep a grateful heart, and I will keep you strong. Remain surrendered, and I will keep you protected. When people praise you, remember that my grace did this. When doors open, remember that my hand opened them. When success comes, remember that I give the increase. When influence grows, remember that I placed you there. When you are honored, remember that glory belongs to me. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, but thinking rightly about yourself. You are gifted, but I am the giver. You are strong, but I am the source of strength. You are lifted up, but I am the one who lifts you. My child, keep a humble heart so I can continue to raise you. Keep a grateful heart so I can continue to bless you. Remain surrendered so I can continue to protect you. For a heart that remembers me is a heart I can trust with greater blessings. My child, everything you are able to do flows from me, from gifts and skills to ideas and victories. You breathe because I give you breath. And you stand because I uphold you step by step. You succeed because my hand gives you strength, and you shine because my light rests on you. Without me, nothing in your life can stand, but with me, everything can flourish. This truth uproots pride at its very core. Humility is not merely bowing low, but seeing the truth about where you come from. You are gifted, but I am the giver. You have ability, but I am the source of that ability. You are strong, but I am the strength that keeps you from breaking. You grow, but I am the one who causes the growth. Pride begins the moment you forget the source who placed everything within you. It whispers that your ability is self-made and that success belongs entirely to you. It tells you that honor should belong to you more than to me. Pride leads you to compare yourself with others and judge their worth. It convinces you that your strengths make you superior. Pride does not shout. It grows quietly in the shadow of achievement. But today, I remind you that every good thing in your life is grace. Humility begins with gratitude, not only on your lips, but deep in your heart. Gratitude recognizes that everything you have comes from me. When gratitude fills your heart, pride loses its power over you. When your eyes are fixed on me, you no longer need to compare yourself to others. A humble heart rejoices when others succeed because it knows blessing is not limited. A humble heart is willing to serve because it understands that glory is not human-owned. A humble heart does not need praise to feel valuable. Your value rests in my love, not in human approval. My child, humility is freedom from proving, competing, and pretending. Pride exhausts you because it always demands validation. Humility gives you rest because it places trust in me. Many of my children fall into subtle pride by slowly forgetting my presence. You begin to rely on your own effort instead of depending on me. You lean on strategy instead of surrender. You trust your experience more than my quiet voice within. You depend on your understanding instead of my wisdom. But I gently remind you that your strength is temporary and mine is eternal. Your mind is limited, but my wisdom sees from beginning to end. When you rely on yourself, you operate in fragile human strength. When you rely on me, you operate in supernatural grace. Look at those around you. Each learns and understands at a different pace. Those differences do not determine their value. I created each person uniquely and with purpose. No one is greater and no one is lesser before me. Pride makes you think strength makes you superior. Humility reminds you that I placed that strength within you. The moment you believe your ability makes you better than others is the moment you step out of grace. You forget that both you and they are held by the same mercy. Pride grows through comparison, but humility grows through compassion. Pride sees weakness and judges. Humility sees weakness and reaches out to help. Pride lifts you up, but humility lifts me up. Everything in the universe is sustained by my word. Your heart beats because I command it, and your mind functions because I give ability. Every opportunity you receive is a gift from my hand. Many people take credit for what I have done through them. They boast about what I built and assume it was their own strength. But if I withdraw my hand, everything they boast in collapses instantly. To protect you, I sometimes allow inconvenient moments, not to punish you, but to remind you of your true foundation. When you face your limitations, do not be discouraged, for that is mercy. If you never see your weakness, you will never value my strength. If you do not recognize your need for me, you will never walk fully in my power. You grow the most in seasons when you cannot rely on yourself. In those moments, you learn true humility. In those moments, you say that without me, you can do nothing. And in those moments, grace pours down from heaven. Humility does not say you are useless. It declares that I am worthy. It does not deny your ability. It acknowledges its source. Humility transfers confidence from yourself to me. It does not make you weaker. It makes you strong in me. Many will praise you and admire what they see in you. That is not dangerous unless you let praise define you. Danger begins when you believe compliments more than truth. When someone praises you, remember that I am working through you. When someone honors you, quietly return the glory to me. When someone sees growth in you, remember that grace brought you here. The world celebrates the self-made, but heaven honors the surrendered. The world tells you to build your name, but I call you to lift up mine. My ways are different, but my ways lead to true life. My child, you are not the author of the story. You are a vessel in my hand. You are not the power source. You are a container I choose to fill. You are not the door opener. You are the one who walks through what I open. Every good thing in your life comes from my hand. When you live in this truth, pride dies within you. Humility becomes the strength that guards your life. I resist the proud, but I give grace to the humble. I lift the humble, bless them, and protect them. Keep a humble heart, and you will walk in strength the world cannot understand. Keep a humble heart, and you will experience favor no one can stop. Keep a humble heart, and your life will become a vessel for my glory. Humility is your victory. Humility is your protection. Humility is the path to true glory. Everything you have comes from me, and everything you will become comes from my hand. My child, remain in me, stay connected to me, and be rooted deeply in me. Without me, you can do nothing. Not for a moment, not for a season, not for any assignment. Your life strength, wisdom, peace, joy, and stability flow from staying joined to me. I am the vine, and you are the branch connected to the source of life. You cannot bear fruit when you are separated from that source. The farther you drift from me, the more your spirit begins to dry up. Your vision becomes blurred, your emotions weaken, and your discernment fades. But when you abide in me, life from heaven flows into your soul. This is why I call you into humility, not as weakness, but as connection. Humility is not just a trait. It is the vessel that keeps you in my presence. Pride disconnects and says you can do life on your own. Pride says you know enough and no longer need me. But pride always leads to dryness, confusion, and exhaustion. Humility keeps your heart open to receive what flows from me. It simply says, I need you. And when you say that, life from heaven pours into your spirit. Look at a branch that has been cut off from the tree. On the first day, it still looks green, beautiful, and strong. But death has already begun beneath the surface. Without connection, it slowly withers and loses its vitality. Day by day, it fades until it becomes dry and lifeless. This is the picture of a life lived apart from me. You do not collapse immediately or fall overnight, but dryness quietly begins when you drift away. You become busy and distracted from what matters most. You rely on your own reasoning instead of my guidance. Then peace disappears and joy begins to shrink. Clarity fades and anxiety starts to grow. Why does this happen? I've moved away from the vine. Spiritual decline always begins with disconnection. Spiritual strength always begins with abiding. Remaining in me is not optional, it is essential. You cannot fight today's battles with yesterday's connection. You need fresh grace, fresh strength, and fresh wisdom. And those come only when you stay with me. Do you know why I allow dark seasons and moments of pressure? Not to harm you, but to drive your roots deeper into me. These seasons form the image of Christ within you. They teach you to depend on me instead of yourself. A photograph is captured in the light, but developed in the dark. Many want the light and the calling moment, but they reject the dark room where character is formed. Yet the dark room does not destroy you. It develops you. Remember the butterfly in the tight and pressurized cocoon. It is there that beauty is formed and wings are created. A new identity is built inside that dark place. Without the struggle to emerge, the butterfly could never fly. When you feel pressed, confined, and limited, I am shaping you. Abiding in me means depending on me every day, not only when you are weak, but even when you feel strong. Not only when you are afraid, but also when you feel confident. Not only when you lack, but even when you abound. I do not want to visit you occasionally. I want to dwell within you. I do not desire a temporary relationship. I desire continuous connection. You become like what you attach yourself to. Attached to fear, and you become anxious. Attached to anger, and you become bitter. Attached to pride, and you become blind. But when you attach to me, you become like Christ. You do not transform yourself by effort. You are transformed by abiding in me. A branch does not strain to bear fruit. It simply stays connected, and fruit comes naturally. Transformation is not the result of effort. It is the result of connection. So remain in me not occasionally, but every day. When the day begins, whisper, I need you. When your heart feels unsettled, say, lead me. When you are tired, say, strengthen me. When pride rises, say, humble me. I'm always near. I'm always listening. I'm always waiting. Stay connected to me, and you will flourish in every season. In drought, you will remain green. In storms, you will stand firm. In battles, you will carry peace. In weakness, my strength will uphold you. In confusion, my wisdom will guide you. Humility is connection. Obedience is alignment. Faith is anchoring. Live in me, and I will live in you. Remain, and you will flourish. Surrender, and I will be strong in you. Walk in humility, and I will lift you higher than you imagine. My child, I did not create you to carry life on your own. You were not designed to live by your own strength, wisdom, or understanding. I created you to walk with me, lean on me, and trust me above all else. When you place too much confidence in yourself, you will quickly grow weary. When you place too much expectation on people, you will become disappointed. When you place too much hope in the world, you will be wounded and broken. But when you place your hope in me and entrust your steps to me, you will stand firm. I warn you not to rely on yourself and not to depend too heavily on people. Do not rely on the systems of this world, for they are not safe for your soul. Rely on me, on my spirit, and on my wisdom. Trust my power, my timing, and my guidance. Nothing else is secure enough to carry your full trust. Many believe they can calculate and reason their way into victory. But victory does not come from human intellect. It comes from dependence on me. When you rely only on your mind, emotions, and experience, you limit what I can do. Your strength has an end, but mine does not. Your wisdom has limits, but my wisdom is without boundary. Your ideas are finite, but my ways are limitless. That is why I allow pressure to remind you that you need me. That is why I allow hardship to show you your limits. That is why I allow trials to draw you back to me as your source of life. At times, I allow burdens to become heavier than you can bear. Not to crush you, but to redirect where your trust rests. When everything is easy, you tend to rely on yourself. When the weight exceeds your strength, you begin to seek me. In that moment, I become your strength and your shield. When you reach the end of yourself, you reach the beginning of me. My child, do not rely too heavily on people. Love them, honor them, and serve them, but do not place your hope in them. People have limits. They change, they fail, and they misunderstand. They cannot carry the deep weight of your expectations. When you place people in a position that belongs only to me, you will be hurt. I reveal their weakness to protect you from turning them into idols. Many weep when others wound them, not realizing it is mercy. I remind you that no one can replace me in your life. No one is your savior and no one is your source but me. Even Jesus did not entrust himself fully to people. He loved them, but he relied completely on the Father. Learn from this love deeply, but do not cling. Be kind, but do not let others define your worth. Help others, but do not let them replace me in your heart. You may trust people, but do not give them a throne meant only for me. And my child, do not rely on the world. Its systems and promises are temporary and fragile. The world offers shortcuts, but they lead to dead ends. The world offers wisdom, but it cannot compare with mine. The world offers solutions, but they are built on sand. Everything the world builds can collapse in a moment, but what I build stands forever. If you rely on yourself, you will grow exhausted. If you rely on people, you will be disappointed. If you rely on the world, you will be deceived. But if you rely on me, you will remain steady. Relying on me is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is protection. It is not naivety. It is standing in the right position. Relying on me means asking me before you decide. It means inviting me before you plan. It means seeking me before you react. It means listening to me before you speak. It means trusting me before you worry. It means surrendering to me before you strive. When you rely on me, you walk in the rhythm of grace. You live by a strength that does not come from yourself. You carry a peace the world cannot understand. Humility and dependence cannot be separated. The humble are those who rely on me. Those who rely on me are the truly humble. Pride says you can handle it yourself. Humility says lead me. Pride leads to falling. Humility leads to grace. So my child, release self-reliance. Release expectations placed on people. Release the search for strength in temporary things. Anchor your heart in me. I do not fail, I do not abandon you, and I do not betray you. I am faithful, unshakable, and unchanging. Rely on me, and you will live in strength that cannot be shaken. My child, the life I call you to walk is not a moment, but an ongoing journey. Humility is not a single decision, but a choice you must make every day. You cannot live on yesterday's obedience and expect victory today. You cannot rely on passion from a past season to have strength for a new one. That is why you must keep going and continue to seek me without turning back. Keep listening to me even when your emotions are quiet. Keep surrendering to me when your own will wants to speak louder. Keep obeying me even when what I ask is not easy. Keep trusting me even when you do not yet see results. Blessing belongs to those who do not stop along the way. Many begin well, but grow weary before the journey is finished. They lose focus and allow ordinary things to pull them away from me. They return to relying on themselves and lose spiritual sensitivity. They allow distractions to steal the attention meant for me. But I call you to be different from the crowd. I call you to stand firm, faithful, and steadfast to the end. I call you to keep going even when your emotions change, even when the path ahead is unclear, even when circumstances around you are shifting. You grow stronger, not by emotion, but by continuing. You mature not by excitement, but by remaining. You become stable because you do not quit. Obeying me is easy when you feel inspired and sense my nearness. But spiritual maturity is revealed on days when you feel nothing. When emotions are silent, but commitment remains strong, that is humility. When discouragement whispers but obedience speaks louder, that is maturity. When fear attacks but faith stands firm, that is growth. When temptation pulls but surrender wins, that is victory. The humble continue even when results are not immediate. They trust my timing even when progress seems slow. They trust my path even when they do not understand it fully. They trust my character even when circumstances test them. Do not underestimate the power of continuing in small things. Reading my word daily, even when it feels ordinary, plants life within you. Whispering simple prayers throughout the day keeps your heart open to me. Choosing kindness when you are irritated forms Christ within you. Holding your tongue when you want to react is walking in humility. Forgiving quickly, even when it hurts, reflects my love. Giving thanks in difficulty builds unshakable faith. These small actions, repeated over time, become a river of grace in your life. They protect you from falling. They strengthen you day by day. They keep you standing when storms come. When I tell you to keep going, I am not asking you to strive alone. I am calling you to walk in strength that comes from me. The perseverance I desire is not exhausting effort. It is faithful surrender each day. Every morning, you rise and choose to trust me and humble yourself before me. You do not grow by trying harder. You grow by staying closer to me. Spiritual endurance does not come from human willpower. It flows from my spirit living within you. Grace, strength, clarity, and endurance all come from me. Many give up because they think slow progress means no progress. But true growth often happens quietly. A seed grows underground long before it appears above the surface. Roots grow deep before fruit becomes visible. In the same way, much of your growth happens where no one sees. As you continue in humility, I am building something deep within you. It may be slow, but it is secure. It may be hidden, but it is holy. It may seem small, but it is deeply significant. The enemy wants you to stop along the way. He tells you your obedience has no value. He tells you your prayers make no difference. He tells you your faithfulness goes unnoticed. But I see every choice you make. I see every sacrifice you quietly carry. I see every inner battle you face. Nothing done in humility is ever wasted. Everything done in obedience becomes a seed for future blessing. Continuing also requires a willingness to be corrected. The humble do not run from my correction. They do not excuse their mistakes. They do not resist when I reveal what needs to change. They thank me for correcting them in love. Correction is not punishment. It is protection. It is how I keep you on the right path. It is how I form a heart like Christ within you. Continuing also means choosing my voice over every other voice. The world pulls you in many directions. Emotions, fear, and pride all try to lead you, but my voice brings peace and direction. Humility listens to me even when other voices are loud. So keep going in love and patience. Keep forgiving and keep worshiping. Keep repenting, keep believing, and keep obeying. Do not stop because of pressure or exhaustion. Do not stop because of fear or slow progress. Keep moving forward and keep surrendering. Your perseverance is the soil where miracles are planted. Your endurance is the foundation on which I build destiny. Your faithfulness is where I do great things. My child, I do not call you to continue alone. I walk with you and strengthen you each day. I lift you when you are weak and supply what you lack. I will complete the work I began in you. What I have planted, I will cause to grow. What I have promised, I will fulfill. If you continue in humility, you will see my hand move in ways that amaze you. My child, I have never asked you to be strong in yourself. I have never required you to be perfect, exceptional, or without flaw. I ask only one thing of you: willingness. Willingness to trust me, even when you do not understand the path. Willingness to obey me, even when my word feels beyond your ability. Willingness to walk with me, even when you feel small. Willingness to offer your weakness, so my power may be revealed. I do not choose people because they are qualified. I qualify them because I have chosen them. I do not use people because they are strong. I reveal my power through those who know they are weak. I do not lift people because they are extraordinary. I lift those humble enough for me to be extraordinary through them. The world teaches you to hide weakness and appear strong, but I invite you to bring every weakness to me, not so I can expose you, but so I can empower you. Weakness is not a burden in my kingdom. It is an opportunity for my power to be revealed. Every weakness you surrender becomes a doorway for my glory. Every limitation you bring becomes a canvas for my miracles. Every fear you place in my hands becomes a place of my faithfulness. Do not despise the parts of you that feel lacking. Do not run from the places where you feel powerless. Do not hide what makes you feel broken. It is in those places that I meet you. It is in those places that my grace shines brightest. It is in those places that my power rests upon you. When Paul asked me to remove his weakness, I said, "My grace is sufficient. My power is made complete not in strength, but in weakness." This is not just scripture. It is truth I want engraved in your heart. My power is not revealed through your ability. It is revealed through your surrender. Look through the history of how I move. I have always used those no one expected. I used Moses with a stutter to confront Pharaoh. I used fearful Gideon to deliver a nation. I used small David to defeat Goliath. I used orphan Esther to save her people. I used ordinary Mary to carry the Savior. I used impulsive Peter to build the early church. I used Paul, once a persecutor, to write much of the New Testament. I used the weak to prove that power comes from me. The world honors talent. Heaven honors surrender. The world looks at outward strength. I look at inward dependence. The world values ability. I value humility of heart. I draw near to the humble. I anoint the surrendered. I empower those who know they cannot finish my call without me. I cannot fill the proud because they are full of themselves, but I fill the humble because they have room for me. Do not say you are too weak. In weakness, I become strong within you. Do not say you do not know enough. Lean on my wisdom. Do not say you are incapable. My spirit will make you capable. Do not say you are afraid. My presence will be your courage. The enemy says weakness takes away your authority. I say humility places you in the right position. He says you are not enough. I say I am more than enough. I am not limited by your weakness. I am limited only by your pride. Weakness does not block my power. Resistance does. Failure does not block my mercy. Refusal does. Insecurity does not cancel my calling. Self-reliance does. When you cling to your own strength, you block mine. When you let go, you receive my strength. When you release your way, you receive mine. When you stop pretending, you receive my truth. When you stop fighting alone, you receive my victory. Humility keeps the door of your heart open to my power. Pride locks the door from the inside. I never stop knocking. I never stop calling. But only the humble open the door. Only the humble receive what I have prepared. Only the humble become vessels of my glory. So my child, boast in your weakness, not because weakness is good, but because it is where I am made great. Rejoice in your limitations, because they lead you to my limitless power. Celebrate. Dependence, because there you discover who I truly am. You are not rejected. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not too weak. You are exactly the kind of person I delight to use. One who knows they need me. One who knows without me they can do nothing. One who knows every victory belongs to me. The world may overlook you. I will lift you up. The world may underestimate you. I will empower you. The world may doubt you. I will anoint you. The world may reject you. I will choose you. Remain humble. Remain surrendered. Remain dependent. And you will see that nothing can stop my power at work within you. My child, everything I have allowed in your life has one single purpose. Every season you walk through, every trial, every delay is shaping you. Every stretching, every disappointment, every dark place is not meaningless. All of it is forming you into the image of my Son. I am not finished with my work in you. I have not stopped even when you think you are standing still. I am still shaping, refining, and strengthening you each day. You are in a journey of transformation, and I walk with you step by step. Even when you do not feel it, I am still working. Even when you see no progress, I am still moving within you. Even when you feel slow, I am developing you in my perfect timing. Transformation does not come in a moment, but little by little. Most transformation happens in the dark. These are places no one sees and no one applauds. They are quiet battles that only you and I know. They are silent surrenders and unseen acts of obedience, like a photograph captured in the light but developed in the dark. You are being formed in hidden seasons. Hidden seasons are not signs that I have forgotten you. They are proof that I am preparing you. What I develop in the dark, I will reveal in the light. What I form in secret, I will use publicly for my glory. Like a butterfly formed in a tight and dark cocoon, your transformation is also taking place under pressure. The cocoon feels suffocating, yet it is building strength. It feels lonely, yet it is shaping identity. It feels slow, yet it is creating endurance. When the time comes, you will emerge not by your own strength. You will emerge by the strength I provide. The struggle you feel is strengthening your wings. The resistance you face is preparing you to fly. The pressure you endure is developing spiritual muscles you will need. Nothing in this journey is wasted. Nothing that happens is accidental. Nothing is outside of my control. Everything is transforming you, even when it feels uncomfortable. My child, do not despise the process I'm working through. Do not rush out of what I'm using to form Christ within you. I know exactly how much you can bear and when to pause. I know when to press, when to prune, and when to lift you. Trust the timing I have chosen. Trust the hands that are shaping you. Trust the heart I have toward you. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are not being buried. You are being planted. What feels like darkness is actually growth. What feels like delay is actually protection. What feels like silence is actually strategy. I transform you not by demanding perfection. I transform you by giving grace. Transformation does not come from your effort. It comes from your surrender, not by striving, but by relying on me. Not by your ability, but by your willingness. My spirit is the one transforming you. My word is the one renewing your mind. My presence is the one strengthening you. Your part is to remain humble and soft before me. Your part is to stay willing as I work. When you remain in me, Christ grows within you. When you behold me, you reflect my image. When you surrender, you begin to shine. The world sees only outward results, but I see roots growing deep within you. I see character being shaped day by day. I see healing quietly taking place. I see old things falling away. I see new things rising up. Even the battles you think you are losing are building perseverance. Even the prayers you think are unanswered are strengthening your faith. Even the disappointments you endure are preparing you to receive blessing humbly. Every part of this journey is preparing you for what I have ordained. So be steady, my child. You are not stuck. You are being shaped. You are not forgotten. You are being formed. You are not delayed. You are being built. You are not lost. You are being led. What I have begun, I will complete. I do not plant what I will not grow. I do not call what I will not equip. You are becoming more like Christ each day, even when you cannot yet see it. The more you surrender, the clearer my image becomes in you. Step into the future with this certainty. I am with you and I am for you. I am transforming you from the inside out. One day, you will look back and understand it all. Every season, every trial, and every tear was necessary. All of it made you more like me. Remain in my hands, and I will complete the masterpiece I began in you.